I'm Josh Oral Brog. This is number 10. I got it right here actually. This one's called Bestiality, and I'll give everybody a fair warning right now. This isn't for kids, so if you're a kid and you are under 18, 19 years old and have stumbled upon this YouTube video I recommend that you keep moving. Move along, son. Today's episode is sponsored by Sparkle and Shine, cleaning the crap out of your home. Sparkle and Shine, shoot me an email or get a hold of me somehow and I'll let you know how to get their services. $7.50 per room, and they give free quotes. The owner, Tracy, actually got me this shirt, now that I think of it. She said it was a toss-up between Mountain Dew or just Jew It, but she got this custom embroidered on the shirt, so way to go, Tracy and Zach. A lovely couple. I've been busy, playing drums and whatnot. You might see on my other videos me playing drums and all that, but I've been busy taking some time off from trying to organize my thoughts into blogs. And so Alaikum wassalam.
How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good.
I think I got an eyelash in my tea.
Oh yeah?
So I think I got an eyelash in my tea. It's alright, it's alright. Just a little hair. We all make mistakes. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna edit that interruption out. My point was I've been taking a break from blogging, and I watched a video the other day, this old CNN story that I linked to on the website. This family out of Missouri that apparently was forcing their kids and their own family members, like I'm talking like under 12 years old, into horrible sexual situations and forced bestiality and all that. And I watched the video. This is in between playing drums and having fun and just trying to take a break from trying to talk serious for a while. And I woke up one morning and I'm just like, I gotta write about it. I was trying to take a break and I'm just like, it's one of those, if you're a writer watching this or a musician, you might understand. Sometimes you get something in you have to talk about it, and that happens to me a lot. Like I get something, like an idea stuck in my head, and I have to put what I call is like I throw words at it. I get an idea in my head and then I throw words at it until I feel satisfied. And this isn't something that I'm entirely comfortable with talking about, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me probably a day of mulling it over just to form some words to it and talk about it, but I do feel better now that it's over with. So with that said, a gigantic grain of salt, let's start. This entry isn't for children, so kids, either put your eye muffs on and count to 10 trillion, or navigate yourself somewhere else on the net, like here. And then I link to a YouTube video of people talking, of a baby laughing rather. People tend to assume that when you talk about things like bestiality that you're screwed up in the head. By that same logic, think of all the things that God has seen, all the things that He knows. But the tiny fraction of messed up things I've witnessed in my life so far are pretty unmentionable, so imagine it's hard to conceive of the things He is aware of that go on behind closed doors. Pardon me. got a little bit of the sniffles. I might keep doing it. Replace God for angels if you're so inclined, whatever works for you. So I saw this story. I saw this story out of Missouri that made CNN, and I was a little taken back. And then I linked to the video. If you go to the website, I'll put the link in the description here. You can check out the video. It's pretty obvious that these are some absolutely outrageous crimes. Labeling these men as mentally unstable is a bit of an understatement. I'd go much further and be so bold as to call them possessed by dark energy, or at minimum wanting to be possessed by dark energy and casting off all restraint. I have met and worked with corrupt ministers, so I tend to entirely disregard the part in the story about them being clergy, but it does sort of add to the level of insanity when you think about it. My personal opinion is that the reason ministers and clergy are prime targets for this type of behavior is directly related to their involvement with God. Call me what you will, but when you are alleging to be close to God and haven't dealt with these types of personal issues yet, and especially if you're in the position of influence, you're basically asking for dark energy to manifest in various ways in your life. What's more, if you are one of those ignorant and backwards, if the King James is good enough for the apostles and it's good enough for me types, I am severely concerned for you. Here's the deal, folks. Yahweh is real. Not only that, but so is dark energy. All you musicians out there and people of influence know this to be true, so quit lying to yourself about it and grow the hell up. Now, here's the other part of the deal. If you in your heart really want nothing to do with submitting to Yahweh, if you would rather care to impress man than him, if he won't take any of the time he has allotted to you on this earth to study him or his name or his commandments and his word, especially when he has gone out of his way to make it readily available to practically the entire world, you are in trouble, a lot of trouble. It's my firm belief that God doesn't screw around. Not only that, but I honestly believe that he takes it very seriously when people get into positions of power who don't know anything whatsoever about him, then claim that they do while showing others the way. I think he takes that very seriously. To me, I would never stand behind a podium again teaching lies about our Creator to well-meaning people. Back to bestiality. Yahweh saw the corruption of man's hearts miles away and thousands of years ago. He saw it and commanded his people and those who call themselves his people to have nothing to do with this and many other things. So it's pretty clear those who continue in this type of clear violation of God's word while claiming to be something of or for him are in reality nothing but demonic liars. Not only that, but no one gets away with this type of thing forever, not even the devil himself. He is a spirit of lying about the Creator and convincing others of the lie, and always has been from the start. Another term would be dark energy personified if you need to sound modern. Eventually, we will all have to account for the things we did while in these bodies that were given to us on loan. Your bones will outlast the you in you, just like a car wrecker has old and broken down cars. You will go on outside of your rental. And then I'm quoting Leviticus or 3 Moshe or the Torah here, a little part of it. You shall not lie with an animal to defile yourself with it, neither shall any woman give herself to an animal to lie down with it. It is a perversion. Don't defile yourselves with any of these things, for all the nations which I am casting out before you were defiled. The land was defiled, therefore I punish its iniquity, and the land vomited out her inhabitants. You therefore shall keep my statutes and my ordinances, and not do any of these abominations, neither the native born nor the stranger who lives as a foreigner among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done that were before you, and the land became defiled, that the land not vomit you out also when you defile it, as it vomited out the nations that were before you. For whoever should do these abominations, even the souls that do them, shall be cut off from among the people. Therefore you shall keep my requirements, that you do not practice any of these abominable customs which were practiced before you, and that you do not defile yourselves with them. I am Yahweh your Elohim. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel and tell them, you shall be holy, for I, Yahweh your Elohim, am holy. All that said, I do believe that God has a good sense of humor. Check out this BB story titled Sudan Man Forced to Marry Goat. The goat's owner, Mr. Alifi, said he surprised the man with his goat and took him to a council of elders. They ordered the man, Mr. Tombe, to pay a dowry of 15,000 Sudanese dinars, or $50, to Mr. Alifi. We had given him the goat, and as far as we know, they are still together. Mr. Alifi said of High Malakal in Upper Nile State, told the Juba Post newspaper that he heard a loud noise around midnight on February 13th and immediately rushed outside to find Mr. Toombe with his goat. When I asked him, what are you doing? He fell off the back of the goat, so I captured him and tied him up. Mr. Alifi then called the elders to decide how to deal with the case. They said I should not take him to the police, but rather let him pay a dowry for my goat because he has used it as his wife, Mr. Alifi told the newspaper. I've had pets, and I know for certain that if I caught someone having sex with any of my pets, I'd at least of all call the police. Maybe it would teach the person a lesson, like burning their hand on a stove. Hey, that's wrong. You aren't supposed to do that. Siding for this paragraph with those who love animals. It's easy, it's cheap, and it works. Some people are antisocial or can't find real-life people to so much as talk to, much less date. And sick as it sounds, these perverts kids in Missouri wouldn't have been raised up knowing any different unless the authorities intervened. Some things may just seem common to you if you continually do them, like a meth habit, I guess. Siding with juvenile kids on the internet searching for sick porn for a sec. Yeah, some things are really disturbing, and just like gawking at a horrible car wreck, it can be interesting and fascinating all at the same time, but I'd never want to be in that same car wreck or wish it upon anyone. I am far from perfect, and I'm trying to be even better than I currently am, but some things like that CNN story up there seriously make me sick. That also makes me very angry because of how these individuals are taking advantage of the innocence of their children and family, least of all the animals. Not only that, but it gives a pretty bad name to Missourians and America in general. Think of how other countries view that news article. I try to feel sorry for them, but it's rather difficult in this case. We need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And I wrote, lastly, it's more common than you thought, and then gave some links, which you can see if you check out the blog on the website. Thank you for watching the Adam Josh Oral Brog number 10. Take care.